Actual W Com2us. Big W. Okay, wait, let's see. We sincerely apologize for the disappointing with the major update. You were all very excited about fair and failing upcoming to your solutions quickly enough. Okay. After the major update went live, we've been actively checking your feedback according through various channels. I do actually believe it. I definitely do believe it that they check, like, for example, Xiaomi, Obabo, me, all of the other languages, people streaming, all of that stuff. I'm pretty sure they actually do check, like Jubego, all of those. I'm pretty sure they do check that. We have informed that we've refunded the monster on the 1st of July. Okay. This one was not that expensive for me, I feel like. That's okay. So they actually, oh wow, they're going to make it 5 times cheap. What? They're going to make it 10 times cheaper than initial. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. Holy shit. They make it legitimately more than 10 times cheaper for 5 to 6. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Mana stone costs. Okay. Okay, so they're also reducing the costs on these. Okay, they're halving that. Okay, fair enough, I guess. I think like 0.5 mil, people shouldn't complain about. Also, the first try is 10k. Like the first, yeah, that's the steep climb was the issue. I like this a lot more. Like even if it would have ended with like 1 mil at like 20 times, that the first 5 times is not that expensive. I think that is the good part about it. I really like this because the first try is legitimately 10 times cheaper. I think this is very good. Then the room power up costs. Okay, they slightly decrease it, especially for checking the runes. I think that's not bad. I think that is not bad, especially the +6. I think the +6 and the +9 are the most common used to check whether a rune is good. And that it's still 700k for 12 to 15. In all honesty, if I'm not mistaken, previously, if you wanted to go 0 to 15 on a rune, average was around 0.8 or 0.9 mil. It is still a bit more expensive than 0.8, 0.9, but it is pretty close to that 1 mil flat that it is. Is this 1 mil? Yeah, that's 26. Yeah, that makes 300k and then 700k. Okay, so it's 1 mil flat. So they reduced 150k. I think that's very fair. Like, to be honest, if you had bad RNG, which we all claim that we have, this should be a lower price than what we used to pay, right? The conversion stones is still too expensive. I highly disagree. Because before you needed those conversion stones, if you wanted to do it at like the amount of times that I tried it for some of my artifacts, I was using 1400 conversion stones. These conversion stones dropped about averaging like 40 per run of 10 or even less. You needed to do, well, do the math. that was insane amount of runs that you needed to do for 1.5k of these conversion stones. And now you can actually unlimitedly re-roll it. Sure, it's 500k. 500k is quite some. But in the end, most people were not doing it more than until the conversion cost was going to be like 30 or 40 or 50. Maybe some people went to like 80 or that kind of stuff. I think it's pretty I think 500k is pretty okay. And yeah. I think most people, like, if you want to try something, if it works, I would try it until like 5 or 6 times or something like that. Something along the lines of that. But I think it's a very fair improvement of what we have right now, definitely. These costs very fair as well. It's mainly the 6 and the 9, which they actually are addressing accordingly. The 6 and the 9 is what you try to get all of your to see if like a rune is valid or not. Oh wow! Wait, the update will be the artifact conversion stones. Wait, should I abuse the living shit out of this and then just have in my inbox like 1.5 bill mana? That would be fucking hilarious, right? It's like, oh, Com2us gave me 1.5 bill mana. Why? Because I spent 4. Oh yeah, let's not do that. Okay, we still have more rifts or dungeons. So that's the gems. Yeah, they were mentioning about that. Actually, I wanted to do a video. I guess this is going to be my video instead. I wanted to do a video of addressing all of the things that we feel like are kind of bad about the update. But also because we're that focused on the things we don't like about the update, there's actually a whole bunch of things about this update that are very good. So I am very happy that they address it this early because there's so many things about this update that are actually very good. For example, artifact farming is a fucking amazing right now. The way that evolving works, I like it a lot more. Sure, it was expensive, but I like it a lot more. So, okay, what did they do for the Rift Dungeon farming? Pre-update, now drops gems and grinds. Yes, with the feedback, it's more satisfying. What? Sore throat. Holy shit. Okay, so we reduce the difficulty by nature. Yes, okay. Remove rune pieces from the drop lift from Rift Dungeons. And decrease the drop rates of rare gems. Okay, that's good to see. That's good to know. I should ask. Wait, is that guy from Swar Farm in the chat right here, right now? I should ask him if he can make like the difference between now and after the update, like pretty fast on like the Swar Farm. But we shall see how that works out. We reduce the difficulty by its nature, reducing the playtime effectively overall that can be more satisfying. Yeah, that was really an issue because people were actually doing 20 minutes for an auto of 10 runs in Rift Dungeons. I'm not entirely sure how they're going to increase that in speed, but it was mainly the groggy state being very long. And there was actually a way to reduce it, which I was going to make a video about in the future. If you do the Rift Dungeons with 4 people or like 4 units or 3 units even, the groggy state speeds up by an insane amount. You still have to clear the stage, of course, but that part is like if you still get the triple S with 4 units, that would be pretty nice. So yeah, that is definitely a good solution that they do that. Maybe the 4-unit method would still be pretty nice. Okay, so then we have the okay, I right away my eye catches this one, 10 to 9. I actually did mention that it has to be lowered for energy consumption. Do I get my energy consumption back? I want my energy back. Does it stay my energy? Where's my energy? Give me my energy back. I've been farming all day to get the drop table. Okay, we acknowledge that we designed the newly Abyss floor with less generous, yes, rewards under considering the difficulty and the energy consumption. Okay, to make Abyss floor more meaningful and effective content compared to pre-existing Kairos floor, we greatly reduced the drop rates of rare runes and increase the drop rates of hero and higher runes in Abyssal floors. Okay, so they're going both ways. They're going to up the hero and the legendary runes, maybe also increasing intangible runes. They don't necessarily mention it, but I don't think they increase the intangible runes rate. And they're going to make 10 to 9. So once again, like I already had comments on my videos saying like, your video on Abyss is fucking shit because I'm not gonna farm it anyways. Sucks on you. Check the video right now. You're gonna need that team. I'm still gonna make my free-to-play version of it. So this week the adjustments will be for above mentioned via the 8.0.1 update. We will notify later when the update is held. I expect Thursday or Friday. But yeah, that does also mean stop farming Abyssal hard for now. that is the interesting part about it. Go to artifact dungeons. Those are probably your best dungeons that you can farm. Go to artifacts. The only one thing that they didn't mention about this, which is actually a pretty annoying part as well, and I think people haven't noticed it yet because people have not been doing it too much. R5 is still giving you a shit ton of stuff that you don't need. R5 is giving you the fight runes, the enhanced grinds, the fight grinds, the determination grinds, all of those grinds for the useless shit. And that makes R5, where they removed the drop table of gems, they added in the drop table of like 6 different other grinds. I would say it would be fair in R5 remove all of the other drops except for grinds. So remove whatever do you get there. You get a whole bunch of nonsense of mana. Remove mana as a drop from R5. Like those kind of things that should be removed to just focus on grinds. Because in hindsight, you're going to sell a lot more grinds anyways. Engraved scrolls, transmogs, yeah, like just remove mana. I think that's the thing. Do you get Angel Mons in R5? You get a lot of Aimon Mons. I think you get Aimon Mons, no wait, Rainbow Mons you get in R5. Angel Mons you don't get. So yeah, just remove mana from R5. That's pretty much the only thing I'm missing in this. Everything else seems pretty super legit about this. So definitely for the moment, stop farming your Abyssal Heart. I will still be crafting my teams for Abyssal Heart. I have a free-to-play team in mind. But stop the count. Oh wait, that's not how it works. But the thing I'm going to farm for sure right now is going to be artifacts. I'm going to be farming artifacts pretty much until they show the update. And most likely, we will get this update on Thursday or Friday. That's kind of what I expect. So I don't expect us to be too long held on this update at all. But it's very nice that they address it in such a short manner, because in the end, the update has only been released for, well, what, 4 or 5 days? Pretty much not even, like just 4 days. So I do really like them saying already, like, hey, we made a mistake. This is not intentional, that people just don't want to farm it because it's just too hard to farm, or it's, well, too hard to farm is not the issue. As long as we're rewarded for being, just putting effort and farming and that kind of stuff, I don't mind it. But the moment that we are farming and we're getting less rewarded for a more difficult stage, that's the moment that a lot of people are like, yep, I'm out for this one. I'm going back to whatever I was farming before. And currently, whatever I was farming before is going to be this. We are going to be farming a lot more of this, and I think everything else is still ruined on this team. Right? Yep. So we're going to be farming a lot of the 20 seconds on this. What is the replacement for the Fire Homunculus? Zeratul. And otherwise, get the Fire Homunculus in here. That's pretty much the only thing. It's too good on the dots, man. You can't trade off those dots in this team. And if you're asking what's the best team for SF, there is no best team for SF. Just dot it because it's a shit dungeon. Like, how can I replace all of those dots? It's impossible. And artifact farming, once again, is the most chill thing ever right now, because it's just so easy to see, like, shit roll, like, okay, blue, whatever, it's blue exclusive, we don't need those anyways. It's just very easy to do all of those. Can you see the homunculus tree? It's everything at the bottom except for one thing. Okay, I'll show that and then I'll end for what I'm recording for this clip right now. We have homunculus, cannot proceed. Okay, it's everything at the bottom except for this one. So we have the multi-hits on the continuous damage for this one. We have the Brander plus slow on this one. The other one is not bad. If you go full all the way bottom route, it's not bad per se. And then this one is also at the bottom, which is the 4 times hit with continuous damage. So it's everything focused on continuous damage. If you keep that in mind, you should be good to go. And then you kind of want the branding on the skill too, I would say. I like the branding more than the multi-hit on it. Because the multi-hit is just multi-hit slow, which technically isn't bad, but this skill with brand and slow just makes Crow do a lot more damage. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that update.